Okay, hello. Welcome to this crazy experiment. I wanted to send a video, but I thought, well, maybe I can record it and put it on YouTube, and maybe it'll be a useful video someday for someone else to watch. But I don't want to accidentally switch into a YouTube personality and get all jazzed up and be like, yeah, welcome to relationship coaching. And it's very tempting for me to do that. I like doing that kind of thing. I like being a performer sometimes, but that's not what I was trying to do. So I need to get myself out of that, come back to earth. I just wanted to share something. I just wanted to share something. That's it. So it's a pretty simple idea, but how do I explain it in a way that's, sometimes a simple idea, you could just say the words, but it doesn't quite capture it. So anyways, the words that I've got kind of in my mind, this has been percolating inside of me, is the two shall be made one flesh, which is a quote from the Bible that is read at many wedding ceremonies. This is like one of the core concepts of a Christian marriage, that this union is sealed in a divine nature through God's will to bring these two people to be one being. And of course, this is for marriage. This isn't necessarily for dating or other relationships, or, like intimate polyamory or things like that. He didn't say the many shall become one flesh and then share partners. That was not in the Bible. But the reason it's important is that it's a totally different way of relating to other people. That we have all kinds of different relationships, some of which are friendly, some of which are hostile, some of which are sort of openly, playfully hostile, like negotiating, um, like a rivalry. Anyways, there's many different levels of relating to people, and most of them involve some amount of negotiating because there's two people. There's that duality of give and take, and trying to get what's mine and make sure that I'm not being taken advantage of. But marriage is really more unique, one of a kind in that way. There's some other unique relationships like parenting or parent-child, being a child, being a parent. Um, but marriage is unique like no other, in that sense of like the two become one. And what does that mean, or how does that practically apply to a relationship? I just caught myself doing a little bit like performer again. Take a breath. It's so weird to talk into a camera. I just want to be like, have a personality and stuff. All right. Hmm. What does it mean practically? That's the important part. Yeah. The two become one flesh. So what it means is like anything I do to hurt her hurts me, hurts the marriage. Like it's one marriage, like one living, breathing thing. Anything I do to help her helps me, helps the marriage. Because we're so freaking intimate. We live together. Our lives are entangled together, intertwined. We have the same family, the same children, the same problems, the same life, the same house, the same bed. We're so deeply intertwined that whatever I'm doing to hurt or help her is hurting and helping me and our marriage as a one being kind of experience. And so the boundary becomes really blurred, and that's important in a really practical way, because it kind of doesn't matter anymore. Like, am I loving me or am I loving her? It doesn't even matter. Am I hurting me or am I hurting her? It doesn't even matter, because I'm gonna feel it no matter what. And if it's hurting her, it's gonna hurt me, and if it's hurting me, it's gonna hurt her, and vice versa. If it opens my heart, it's gonna open her heart. And that's a hard place to go to because of this habit, and I didn't have a lot of good modeling of relationships, but the habit is more worldly. Out in the world, this give and take of like negotiating and stuff, and like, well, but I want this, I need this, I need this from you, because you know what, if you don't give it to me, I can just walk away. Out in the world, like, hey, this is totally a voluntarily chosen thing. um, I'm here as a friend or whatever, or a business contact or whatever. Even if it's like I'm here as a citizen of this country, I can move to another country. Like, there's a voluntariness to it. Of course, there's other involuntary relationships too, but leaving that aside, I can walk away, so there's that separation's always there. But marriage, at least insofar as we have committed our lives to this other person, um, is unique in this way. So the two become one. So I think it's the bottom line. It just takes some training to train the mind. I guess I'm talking to myself just as much as I'm talking to you. It takes some training to change the mind, to change the way we think of our partner as an adversary, or heaven forbid, an enemy, or someone that we need to fight with or grapple with or wrestle or get something out of. Those are all losing attitudes in a marriage. Those are ways to create conflict and pain that I'm going to suffer in my marriage if I'm creating that. No more adversarialism in a marriage. It's not the right place. I love adversarialism. It's great. I really think it has an important place in life to be adversaries, but not in a marriage, because there's something unique about it, that it's so intimate that you can't treat the other person that way. You have to treat them like they are yourself, with all the love and kindness that you would want to constantly be lifting them up, constantly be filling them up, constantly be opening their heart, constantly bringing them joy, because it doesn't matter what you get in return, because there's no get in return. That if you're filling them with joy, you are filling the marriage with joy, and if you're filling your marriage with joy, you're filling yourself with joy. You don't need anything in return for that. That is the joy. You are doing the work of creating a beautiful, beautiful life and a beautiful, beautiful marriage. Okay, this was a little weird, talking into a camera. I don't know what I'm doing. If I'm if I'm being my performer self, my coaching self. I mean, I guess I am. I'm being my coaching self. This is me as my coaching self. So hopefully you haven't heard it too much as like advicey coaching sounding stuff. Hopefully the essence of the message still comes across. That was part 1. I got another video in mind, another topic in mind, so let's do part 2 right away. See ya over there.